viewers, welcome to another episode. So today I'll be talking about the principles that guides love in relationship. So one of the first principles that I have here with me is that you will not pretend to be who you are not when you're in a relationship. Because along the line, your spouse will definitely find out. Your boyfriend or your girlfriend, whoever you are in a relationship, will definitely find out. You cannot pretend for so long. You can try to pretend to be who you're not for a few weeks, few months, maybe a year. That is if you have the capacity to do so. But after a while, they will definitely find out that oh, this is not who you are. So don't try to be who you're not because you want to please that person or because you want to look good to that person's eyes or for whatsoever reason. Just try as much as possible to be natural. However, this does not mean that you will not say that this is how I am with some kind of character or behavior into that relationship. You try as much as possible to improve your behavior, to outgrow some character, to outgrow some attitude. But that does not mean that oh, you now try as much as possible that okay, you you are not in this class and you're trying to be in that class at the expense of going I am beyond, even when it is not convenient for you. So that's what I'm talking about here. Not that oh, in terms of character and behavior, if there's a particular character, a particular behavior that you want to let go of, that does not mean you're trying to be pretending. But when it comes to pretending to be who you're not, it means that you're trying to show off something that you are not. You don't have that capacity for. So the next one is you can't make someone love you and you can't force someone to love you. And when you start forcing someone to love you, it means that you have low self-esteem in yourself. You do not believe in yourself. So when you start forcing someone to love you, then that person will definitely take you for granted because they start seeing you as I don't like that girl. I should they force herself on top of me. You understand things like that. So try as much as possible not to force yourself on people. Let them love you. Love should come naturally. So if they love you, they will value you. They will appreciate your time. They will appreciate your effort and everything you are bringing. But when you're trying to force yourself on someone to love you, then that starts giving the other person the impression that oh you are desperate for to be in a relationship or you just want them and all of that, and then you start putting them off that they don't want to spend time with you and all of that. So avoid trying to force yourself on people or trying to make them love you by fire by force. The next point is do not talk bad or belittle your partner when if you even if you're pissed off or you're angry at your partner, that does not mean that you need to yell at them in public or start throwing tantrums in public. It makes them feel it gives a wrong impression about your partner. And then when you start talking about your partner, your friends or whoever you're talking to start having a mindset about your partner without you knowing, and can be this can form a wrong perception about your partner. So avoid belittling or talking bad about your partner to people. The next one is if you don't love someone, let them go. Why waste their time? Why waste their energy? Why waste their resources? So if you know that you don't like that guy, you don't like that lady that is showing you green light, just let the person go and don't waste their time. It saves a lot of headache, a lot of breakup, and a lot of stress unnecessary. So if you don't like them, let them go so that you can be at peace. They are also at peace. So avoid playing games in relationship. If you claim that you love someone, then you need to be serious and show the commitment that you actually love them. But when you try to play game or act smart, don't forget that that person can also outsmart you. The moment you start playing games, then the other person start feeling, oh, you want to show that you can play. It takes two to play the game, right? And it takes two to enjoy the game. So if you want to play game, they're also ready to play games with you and then outsmart you in that game. So avoid playing games with people's feelings and emotions. Number six, you can't change people unless they are willing to change. When you're in a relationship with someone and the person doesn't want to change, you can't force that person. You are not assistant Holy Spirit, neither are you God. It's only God that can change human beings, or the person is willing to change. So if they are not ready to change, and you feel that you cannot manage the person in that relationship, it's better you people just find your square roots and part ways peacefully than committing yourself and then feeling that, oh, I regret marrying you, or I regret doing this, I regret doing that. It's better to just part ways if you know that the person is not willing to change because you cannot change anybody unless they are willing to change. Number seven is trust. And trust is very, very important in life, whether in business, relationship, marriage, in whatever aspect you might find yourself. When you earn people's trust, they will be willing to work with you So if you cannot trust your partner, if you don't trust them, you have trust issues, whether from past relationship or from whatever trauma or whatever thing, then you're not ready to commit yourself in that relationship. So don't even venture into a relationship where you don't trust your partner and where you feel that you are insecure about your partner. So if you don't trust your partner, just count yourself out of that relationship and don't bother to venture into it. Never stop trying to be attractive. So don't feel that the moment you're married, the moment you somebody has taken you off, right? You start dressing unpleasantly, you start tying more of wrappers, you start looking shabby, you don't have time to fix your nail for those people who love fixing their nails, you don't like have time for makeup, to dress nice or go out. Like never stop trying to be. There are a lot of ladies out there, there are a lot of guys out there that take time, they do facials, they're looking handsome, they're looking pretty, and then you now decide to be doing mama at home. Abba, that's what is going outside. It's meeting people, it's seeing people. The same thing applies to you as a lady. You're going outside, you're meeting young people, you're saying, guys looking handsome, taking care of themselves, and then imagine if your spouse is looking maybe he's in his 30s, early 30s or late 30s, and then he's acting like your grandpa. How do you feel? You want to go out with that person. Or if he's acting like a young guy, going out, acting like a young guy does not mean okay, he's wearing well or dressing like a young teenager and all of that. But at least dressing well, it smells nice, and then you as a lady, you're also dressing nice, you're going out, you are still trying to be attractive so that you know when you go out, you'll say, you're looking nice. Not that your husband is now shy to take you out, or your wife is trying to you go. I will join you later. I want to go and do something. He's not doing anything. He just does not want to walk beside you. So try as much as possible to always look attractive, irrespective of whether you're married, whether you're still single, searching, whichever class you might find yourself. Just look presentable, look attractive. Even the rich, every time you see them on social media or you see them most basically on social media, they are always trying to look presentable. They always look attractive. You don't have to break the bank for you to look attractive. You can just look for nice colors, look for things that look nice on you and put them on and look attractive always for yourself. If you don't want to do it for your partner, look attractive for yourself. Yourself, you should do normal. Number nine, you need to be nice and intentional. Everybody wants intentional men, intentional women. So who will now marry the unintentional people? Like I don't know. You be intentional. Let the next person also be intentional and be nice. Nobody wants to marry somebody that is not nice, cannot help them do some basic things without being told. Be intentional about your spouse, be intentional about the person you claim that you love. And that's how they can know that you actually really love them and care about them. Be nice to them, be intentional about them. Show that you carry their matter for head. It's not show that you carry their matter and that you are concerned about them. Be nice and be very intentional about the people that you love. The last point, which is number 10, is love yourself. Whether you're in a relationship, you're not in a relationship, you're married, you're not married, you need to love yourself. When you love yourself, you can easily love your partner, you can easily love another person. So love yourself. When you love yourself, you can take care of yourself. You can look good for yourself. So you don't look good because you want to get compliment from your spouse, or you want to get compliment from people. Look good, love yourself, and don't forget to always smell nice. So the bonus for today conversation is don't build your whole life around your partner that you forget who you are. A lot of people do that they forget that, oh, I'm an independent person. I'm also doing well in my space. That does not mean that you're arrogant to your partner or you don't care, but rather do not build your entire life without your partner. You cannot function. Without your partner, you cannot even do anything by yourself. So do not build your whole life around your partner that you forget who you are. Because the question is, what happens when that person breaks up with you? You will live your life, right? What happens when you part ways? That relationship is not working. What happened? Maybe probably because you checked your genotype and then you guys are not compatible around because of that, and then you don't want to venture into that relationship again. What happens if you build your whole life around that person. So do not forget not to build your whole life around that person. That does not mean that you should not be independent. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Love you. Thank you.